Hi everyone! This week we'll be talking about variables, power analysis, effect size, types of error, as well as case control and cohort studies. For case control and cohort studies, you will also be learning how to calculate the odds ratio and risk ratios. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the discussion board, send me an email, or use the Remind text messaging system. Now we'll go over the content for week 5. So if you come over here to content, and then come down to module 5, you'll see there's an overview, the variables module along with the PowerPoint, case control and cohort studies along with that PowerPoint, as well as your homework and the quiz. So if we go to the module 5 overview, you'll see the introductory video you're watching posted here. Then you'll have these two content areas you'll need to review. For this module, I don't recommend you read from the textbook until after watching the videos in these two online files. I would just use the index for reference if you're having trouble understanding from the lectures. The textbook goes into a lot more detail about the power analysis, effect size, and types of errors than you'll need to know, and it doesn't go into enough detail for variables and case control or cohort studies, and they're not mentioned at all. For the assignments, you'll have the quiz as well as the homework. So if we go into this first one, you'll see here this little overview of the goals, and then your two videos are posted here, and then the PowerPoint slides, there's a link to them. And if we click the next button, next it'll take you to the PowerPoint slides. Next, you'll get to the case control and cohort studies module. Right now it's blank, but it will have a little overview and then the videos that you'll need to watch for the week. And then I have here the PowerPoint slides that will go along with those videos. They don't want to load though. There we go. And then next is the homework. So here's your homework. This is not actually the answer key. I keep forgetting to erase it after I make the answer key. So you'll want to go through these questions. The first 5, the first 4, you'll just want to answer what's the dependent variable and what's the independent variable. The level of measurement will either be nominal, ordinal, or continuous. If they're nominal or ordinal variables, you should report the categories. So, for example, this first one, does the mean BMI differ by race? Well, BMI is measured continuously, so there's no categories. And race, well, you can see here there's a couple categories. So this is probably nominal or ordinal, so you'll want to report those categories in your response. It's the same for all the first 4. Number 5, you'll want to do the same thing. Read the scenario, answer the dependent and independent variables along with the level of measurement and the categories. What is the program evaluation design? So these are the designs we talked about back in Module 2. You'll want to use these design names. And then 6 is the same thing, DV, IV, and program evaluation design. 7, same thing. Then 8, so this is where you're going to do the second portion of the module, the case control and cohort studies are going to come into play. So you'll read the scenario, you want to decide if it's a case control or cohort study, and then explain why. This is really important. It's worth a point to explain why. If you don't explain why, and you just list the correct answer, you only get half a point for this question. Next, you want to list the exposure and the outcome as well as their levels. And then you'll want to fill in this 2x2 table the way that it goes over in the lectures. And then you'll want to calculate the appropriate measure of association, which is either the odds ratio or the risk ratio. And then you'll want to write up a sentence like I described in the lectures to interpret what you found out from that. Number 9 is the same thing as number 8. It's just a different scenario, so read the scenario, what kind of design, case control or cohort, and why again. Again, you'll list the exposure, the levels of the exposure outcomes and the levels of the outcomes, and then make this 2x2 table. Fill it in with all of this information. Again, the last step will be to calculate your appropriate measure of association, the odds ratio or relative risk. Answer, just interpreting what you found in that odds ratio or risk ratio.